Let's call Tuesday, February 10th meeting to order. This meeting is being conducted both in person and remotely. For the record, this is Village President Mark Zula, and I am currently at the regular scheduled meeting location, Roscoe Village Hall. As an addition to the additional precaution is the current configuration of Village Hall would make it difficult for us to conduct a meeting in person in a manner that can safely accommodate all parties, village staff, department heads, and members of the public. We have encouraged them to participate remotely. Once again, any action taken tonight will be conducted by roll call vote. Pledge of Allegiance. I will now ask those present to please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Given the audio delay issues, we will ask everyone participating remotely to please keep their microphone on mute during the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item 3, roll call. Clerk, would you please call the roll? Please call the roll, and will those trustees joining us remotely please acknowledge that they can hear us in the proceedings? I don't know if we're going to have anybody remotely tonight, Joseph. Okay, no problem. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Block.
Here.
Gustafson.
Here.
Petty.
I believe she's absent.
Okay, thank you. Malaco.
Here.
Dunn.
Here.
And Keen.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, item 4, public comment. Are there any members of the public that wish to be heard on our public comment this evening? Is there any members of the public logged in to the meeting this evening wishing to speak? Please unmute your phone or microphone, state your name. If you are out there, hit *6 or raise your hand, and then we can remote you in. Joe, is there anybody out there with a hand raised?
No, there are several people in the public, but I don't see anybody with a camera.
Okay, all right, so public comment going once, public comment going twice. Public comment is now gone. Under President's report, I don't have anything to report on this evening, but I would like to take this opportunity to extend our sincere condolences to the family of Adam Holder and to his Fairbrand family as well. I know that Adam was an irreplaceable member of his company as well as community, and his loss will be felt by many. Item 6, Treasurer's report. Steve, can you please give us the financial report?
Sure. Bills submitted for approval tonight are expenditures per list of $101,620. We have payroll expenses tonight of $88,015, leaving cash on hand in the general fund of $6,701,126. We have motor fuel expenses tonight of $46,282, leaving cash on hand in the motor fuel fund of $1,169,302.
Okay, thank you, Steve. I have a motion to pay the bills.
So moved.
First by Anthony King, second by Stacy Malaco. Any discussion? Clerk, call the roll, please.
Keen.
Yes.
Malaco.
Yes.
Clock.
Yes.
Dunn.
Yes.
Gustafson.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries 5-0. Item 7, consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve the minutes from the January 11th meeting?
So moved.
First by Michael Dunn, second by Stacy Malaco. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Dunn.
Yes.
Gustafson.
Yes.
Clock.
Yes.
Keen.
Yes.
Malaco.
Yes. Okay, motion carries 5-0. Item 8, motion to resolutions, final action. 8.1, approval of revisions of the Village of Roscoe COVID-19 pandemic emergency staffing plan. For a motion to approve.
So moved.
First by Anthony King, can I have a second? Second by Michael Dunn. Any discussion? Clerk, call the roll, please.
Sorry, didn't hit the mute button. Malaco.
Yes.
Clock.
Yes.
Gustafson,
Yes.
Keen,
Yes.
Dunn.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 8.2, approval of ordinance 2022-01, a zoning map amendment from CG Commercial General to RM Multifamily Residential at a property known as 5091 Edgemere Terrace. Recommendation of approval by ZBA passed 5-0 to 2 on 12/15/2021. Have a motion to approve. First by Justin Platt. Have a second. Second by Stacy Malaco. Any discussion? Clerk, call the roll, please.
Dunn,
Yes.
Keen,
Yes.
Malaco,
Yes.
Clock,
Yes.
Gustafson.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 8.3, approval of resolution 2022-R07, authorizing entering into a 5-year lease agreement with Axon Enterprise Incorporated to provide and maintain body cameras, tasers, red action software, cloud storage, and related miscellaneous equipment for the use of the Roscoe Police Department for the quoted annual price of $30,742, $153,710 over a 5-year term. Is there a motion to approve?
I have a question.
I have a motion to approve first.
So moved. Second.
First by Stacy Malaco, second by Anthony King. Any discussion?
Yeah, I have a question. Does this include updates as a part of the package? Because we don't want to have additional charges for updates that might come a year or two from now. And, you know, that would be an additional cost that's not reflected in what we're doing now.
Right, I had heard from another agency that they had been charged for some updates, but we were assured that we will not.
That's
So that's part of the agreement, Chief?
That's my understanding.
Okay.
That's basically, there is
No,
any updates or equipment refreshes or software updates to the life of this 5-year agreement.
And this other
Okay,
agency
cool.
actually had more equipment than we did too.
all right.
So,
Excellent.
but that was my question, because I've seen that. Okay.
Question. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Dunn,
Yes.
Clock,
Yes.
Gustafson,
Yes.
Malaco,
Yes.
Keen.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries 5-0. 8.4, approval of resolution 2022-R08, authorizing entering into an agreement with Fairground for professional engineering services, design, build, administration, and testing for the reconstruction and paving of the public works parking lot for a quoted price of $32,800. Is there a motion to approve? First by Michael Dunn, can I have a second? Second by Anthony King. Any discussion? Clerk, call the roll, please.
Clock,
Yes.
Malaco,
Yes.
Keen,
Yes.
Gustafson,
Yes.
Dunn.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 8.5, approval of resolution 2022-R09, authorizing entering into an agreement with Fairground for professional engineering services, design, bidding, and testing for the construction of sidewalks and ADA ramps in Shepherd Hills at the intersection of Montadale and Paracool for the quoted price of $11,800. First by Justin Platt. Can I have a second? Second by Anthony King. Any discussion? Clerk, call the roll, please.
Gustafson,
Yes.
Dunn,
Yes.
Keen,
Yes.
Malaco,
Yes.
Clock.
Yes. Motion carries 5-0. New business. I'd like to ask the board if I could right now, if I could have a motion to suspend the rules for 9.1, 9.2, 9.3, and 9.4. And then I will read each one of them individually. And I have a motion to do all four. Second. First by Justin Black, second by Stacy Malaco. Any discussion?
Question.
Sure.
Suspending the rules, meaning making all of this.
Final. Yes, that's correct, Carol. My apologies. That's what I meant.
But there would still be the opportunity to ask some questions.
Absolutely, absolutely. You're welcome. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Malaco,
Yes.
Keen,
Yes.
Locke,
Yes.
Dunn,
Yes.
Gustafson.
Yes,
Okay, motion carries 5-0. Okay, we're staying at 9.1, review and approval of leave of absence request by William Weston. Can I have a motion?
I moved.
Second.
First by Justin Black, second by Anthony King. Any discussion?
this would reflect the new date, the 23rd of February.
Correct.
Correct. That is correct. Okay, any other discussion? Yes, Michael.
Will that be a final date or will it be extended again at that time?
That date it gets us to the next doctor appointment, which is a logical sort of extension point. I can't answer the question until we know what we hear from the doctor at that stage.
Any other questions?
Should the minutes then reflect the date of February 23? Is that
Yes.
necessary?
Yes,
The appropriate.
that'd be appropriate. Okay. Any other questions? Clerk, call roll on 9.1, please. Final action.
Kane,
Yes.
Dunn,
Yes.
Malaco,
Yes.
Gustafson,
Yes,
Locke.
Yes.
And President Zula, before you move forward, the minutes of, to be reflected was that date of February 23rd.
Yes,
Okay, 5th.
appreciate that, clerk.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. 9.2, approval of resolution 2022-R10, approval of entering into an alternate supply agreement with natural gas to the village-owned buildings and facilities. Scott, would you please?
I sent a memo on this. This is super exciting, but a real quick review. Just like we do village-wide with an alternate supplier for electric, for power supply. We don't do that for gas village-wide, but we can do it as a municipality for our accounts at our facilities. And so we have traditionally done a series of 3-year agreements for an alternate gas supplier. Santana Energy is one of the last several contracts. This is due in, I think our agreement is at the end of March, so April 1st starts the new contract, but we need about a month time, a transition period. Real quickly, yeah, like everything else, gas has gone up some. There's we provided a 5-year chart that sort of shows where we have been up and down on this, and things are relatively high in a 5-year span right now. The numbers real quickly, our last contract set our price per therm, whatever therm is, price per therm of 0.3231 cents per therm. We use on average of 14,078 therms cumulatively through our accounts. So on the supply side, we currently pay about $4,500 for the gas. We took some quotes, some indicative bids back on January 12th. When I say we, I mean Rock River Energy Services, Marty and Mike Munch. As expected, it's higher. It's at 0.4295 was the lowest option we had. That rises our gas supply expenditures from 4,500 to 6,000. Now, these quotes are good for 24 hours. So they took another one today to have it up for potential action. And they spiked higher due to recent cold weather, and Rock River Energy was not suggest taking this bid tonight. Again, the numbers are not about massive numbers, but it went, for 0.03 of a therm of $1 per therm. So that would put add another $400 or so to our annual bills on the gas. The action they requested, and we've done this in the past, is if the board would authorize President Zula to sign an agreement sometime in the next 3 to 4 weeks, when Rock River Energy, they'll start taking daily quotes, and when they think it's come down off this temporary spike, they'll probably recommend signing an agreement now. This, big picture, we're talking about the supplies, so that's 4,500. We're talking now about 6,000 or so. That's about half of the gas bill. Once you put all the other fees and NICOR's delivery charges to it, our total bills paid to NICOR in 2020 were 9,300, in 2021 9,700. Just so you know the sort of order of magnitude we're talking about. That's all.
question here. I see that Nordic only quotes for 12-month or 24-month, not the 36 months that everyone else does. Is that going to be an issue when you negotiate whether you want 2 or 3 years, whether you want 2 or 3 years?
It would be if Nordic was low, but they're not, so we'd probably be talking to Santana. Santana currently has been, and for some reason, and I don't know what, the first quote we took in January, they provided a 34-month. Now they did a 35. Rock River Energy assures me at the time maybe it's because they're existing or existing supplier, I don't know. But she said at the time the agreement expires, that will be a 36-month quote, not a 35-month quote. Every company has the option to provide for whichever rate contract term they choose. Someone could only give you a 12-month quote. So essentially, Nordic just isn't giving us that option. But they're not the low provider when compared to the 12 or 24s either. So
So which way do you want to go, Mark?
Well,
Your gut tell you 3 years, 2 years?
I would say 3 years right now. If there's some other qualifying information that we should do 24 months, then that's what we'll do. We think it's the best deal. But it's got to be some good qualifying information.
it's a way of measuring, you know, there's of course there's unpredictability factored into this.
Sure.
And you could, Marty, we talked about that too. Should we take a 12-month right now and just hope that this spike is coming back
And that's an
down?
option too.
But a lot of, so did you weigh the potential for future savings versus the stability and predictability of cash flow over a period of time? And knowing that you exactly what you're budgeting for the next 3 years versus taking it every time.
Go ahead, Mike.
So what we're voting on is to give Mark permission to sign a thing, and as soon as the low one, they feel what's low comes in.
Correct.
That
We have to sign one
they
by the first
make
week.
the decision at that point, or do we have to contact Mark again?
They tell me what day.
So when Market Energy sends me a quote saying, this is it, we feel this is the lowest we're gonna get before your renewal date comes up. Please have Mark sign this resolution or this form, this contract.
What was that renewal date again?
April 1, but they're telling us we'll need to make a commitment by the first week of March. And if we don't, we default to NICOR, which is, you see right now is 0.61 cents, $0.61 a kilowatt, a third, which is a lot higher. That shoots us up to $8,500 per spot.
So you're coming off the back end of peak season. Yeah, coming off the back end of peak season, you want to get the bottom.
The point of my question is, does Mark have to be present to win?
Mark has to sign the agreement, but I know he won't have to be present, but he both have to sign the agreement, so Marty will send it over to Mark to sign.
Okay, so we have more 24 hours at that point.
I should
This is
say,
I have a question, but this is authorizing Mark to sign that agreement,
Yeah.
once we get that sent over, and Mark will sign it.
But if it's only good for 24 hours,
you have to sign it in that window,
I
yes.
see what you're saying, yeah.
And I will.
if we can't get a hold of Mark for some reason on the golf course.
In March?
If you-
Another state.
Can there be an alternate? that-
I have elected signature.
And in fact, we have, to that exact question, in the past, it's been structured that the president or village administrator is
Okay,
DocuSign.
I just didn't want to miss an opportunity.
Oh, we won't.
Because he's, whatever.
Yeah, I agree. Go, I'll take it.
snowshoeing.
Snowshoeing, right. Any other discussion on that topic? I agree.
We didn't.
I don't know about that, get that out right now. So clerk, could you call 9.2 as a final vote, please?
Well, but
We
Get a motion?
have a motion for 9.2.
Second.
Can someone raise the motion,
Yeah.
please?
Motion is to have President Zula sign the agreement as soon as the best price for gas comes in from
Rock River Energy
our
Services.
energy services.
Thank you. And second.
Second.
First by Stacy Malco, second by Anthony King. Any other discussion? Clerk, call the roll, please.
Malaco,
Yes.
Block,
Yes.
Gustafson,
Yes,
Dunn,
Yes,
Keen.
Yes.
Thank you.
Motion carries 5-0. 9.3, approval of resolution 2022-R11, authorizing entering into an agreement with Fairground Engineering and Environmental for 2022 municipal engineering services to be offered jointly with the city of South Beloit for quoted price to the village of Roscoe of $76,800. That's a motion for the final vote. First by Justin Platt, can I have a second? Second by Stacy Malaco. Any discussion?
This continues the 60-40 split that we've always had, and I apologize, I didn't look at last year's. Did this equal up?
3%.
3%. Any other questions?
However, it's still within the budget or not. We budgeted $84,000
Okay, good.
or appropriated $84,000.
Cool. Any other questions? Clerk, call a final vote on 9.3, please.
Gustafson,
Yes.
None,
Yes.
Block,
Yes.
Keen,
Yes.
Malaco.
Yes.
Thank you.
Motion carries 5-0. Item 9.4, approval of resolution 2022-R12, approving of the purchase of a CAT 2022 926M wheel loader for the use by Village Roscoe Public Works Department and entering into a 6-month financial agreement for said purchase for a total amount of $204,410, $27,618 for 2022. Scott or Troy, I know we've discussed this during budget time, but Scott, can you quickly give us an update on anything?
It's a purchase agreement to buy this loader to replace the old loader. It's going to be about that same amount, $27,000 a year for, is it a 5-year term on the purchase?
Yeah, 60 months, that's correct.
With a $66,000 balloon at the end.
Okay.
That's the way it was structured, and that's roughly how we appropriated it.
And we appropriated it
higher.
put in the budget, so.
Okay, is this the demo or is this actually being built for us?
This is being built for us. We'll get to the demo later on the board. This is new off the line for us.
Okay. Well, we don't know the old brick.
Remember, we were going to use that one possibly in alternate salt shed.
Okay.
We will also explore options for some.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Both in this case and later. Troy, what was the other item? Because the mower, I don't think there's anything. Yeah, the mower is still have a 60-foot mower, I guess.
Yeah,
both cases
we're talking about the loader, right?
In both cases, the dealerships have indicated that we'll do better selling it in an auction or just on the set resale market than we would give for a trade-in.
Yeah, right up. I could see that for sure. There's always someone looking for stuff like that.
And
Okay, any other questions? Sure, please do.
This give them everything they want. I know they want detachable buckets. Does that have there?
I'll defer that to Troy.
Are we gonna need
So a
to?
multi-purpose bucket, a snow plow, a quick couple of,
There you go. That's what we need to know quick one right there.
any of that.
Yep.
Yeah, we're good. Yep.
What came with the plow too?
Yeah, it's a 10-foot.
I guess I missed it.
Snowplow, multi-purpose bucket, and a fusion quick coupler. That's all part of the overall.
I think when it came through, I only got.
Yeah, there's a added option for the purchase order, so it's sort of
Any other questions?
hidden, not hidden. It's kind of-
Okay. Clerk, could you,
Is there a motion?
the motion was. I asked for a motion, didn't I? Yeah, okay. That motion for 9.4, first by Michael Dunn, second by Justin Platt. Any other discussion? Clerk, call the roll, please.
Block,
Yes.
None,
Yes.
Gustafson,
Yes.
Malaco,
Yes.
Keen.
Yes.
Thank you.
Item 10, old business. Don't have anything on our old business. Anybody else have anything on our old business? Item 11, public comment. Once again, is anyone remaining members of the public logged into the meeting this evening wishing to speak? Please unmute your phone or microphone, state your name and address, and as always, please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Keep in mind, if you're on a cell phone, if you hit *6, it'll raise your hand. Joseph, do we have anybody from the public at large that has their hand up?
No, we don't.
Okay. Public comment going once. Public comment going twice. Public comment is now gone. Item 12, executive session. We don't have anything to go into executive session for tonight. Motion for adjournment. First by Michael Dunn, can I have a second?
Second.
Second by Anthony King. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Dunn,
Yes.
Malaco,
Yes.
Flock,
Yes.
Keen,
Yes.
Gustafson.
Yes.
Thank you.
Have a nice evening, Steve.
Thank you. You too.
So, Mark,
I see the purchase order.
can we do an update on the road projects next week?
Absolutely.
Administrator Sanders, if you can give me like 2 minutes, please, so I can get something to drink.
Anybody want to grab some water at the bathroom?